Okay, ladies, welcome. I'm talking to you. Men, this ain't for you. This ain't one for y'all. Okay? This is She Gets a Podcast. My name is Shan. And let's get honest. Let's get direct. All right. If you're in your 30s or your 40s, you've seen the batch of humans that are out here. Okay? Are you impressed? Do you have a type? Are you dating the same person over and over and over again? Are you getting the same results? Okay, with that being thought about, with those answers that you have, let's change your man filter. hmm Before we get into this man filter, have you done your work on yourself? Do you know your cons as well as your pros? Do you work on them daily and how? I think it's very important for women to actually work through the fact that, yes, you are annoying. Work through the fact that, yes, you do have a problem in this area, and work on the fact that, yes, I am going to go ahead and fix this problem before I make my problem somebody else's problem. And this is what you do before you even get into the fact that what I need and what I need my man to have and how he needs to X, Y, and Z. Figure out how you need to X, Y, and Z first. Because whatever your cons are and whatever your pros are, you're going to have to teach a man to work through them with you. And if you cannot properly express how to work through your cons as well as your pros with you, then you don't need to be with anybody. All right? Now, since that's done, what characteristics do you detest? Hate, quote unquote, for non readers, okay? Because some of y'all just be struggling on your SAT words and I ain't got time. All right, for me, these are for me. I'm not saying these have to be for you, but for me, these are some things that I hate for people to do, not just men, but I hate for people to do. And if you want to have yourself anywhere in my eyes or my mind as a possibility, these things cannot be a part of your characteristics, okay? Smoker of cigarettes. What are the pros in smoking cigarettes? Tell me. That's right, because there are none. No, it's greenery or it's nothing. Good green. Liars, people that cannot be honest about themselves. This is my thing. We are in our 30s or we are either in our 40s fucking around with me, right? What are you lying for? What do you have to gain out of a lie? I am here to go ahead and spread my truth. And if you do it right, maybe spread my cheeks, okay? You do not need to lie to me. We do not need to sit here and act like, the sun shines out of our ass every day because it doesn't. So be honest about what you're into, be honest about what you like, and be honest about what you don't want, okay? Because we ain't got shit to lose right now in our 30s or 40s except time. Whew. Men that are always loud. I can't take it. I can't stand it. You have to have a wave of calmness, rowdiness, nastiness, uh, just intelligence, um, just knowing when to shut the fuck up and when to stand up. Like, I like that. Okay, so I can't take a man that's loud all the time. I cannot take an insecure, jealous man. Okay, you're gonna have to know how to be secure about who you are, why you with me, why I have you, why I adore you, why I'm not around you today. You're just gonna be just okay with that shit. You gotta be okay with that shit. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to be okay with that shit, right? And that's something you personally have to work out with you. I cannot tolerate the idea of being with somebody who's unhealthy on purpose. Now, sicknesses that you are born with or you've been dealing with all your life, I can be understanding of that. But you can't tell me that you're diabetic and you out here eating bad, not exercising, don't want to drink water because you think it's nasty, smoking things and not eating the proper healthy items that are required in a diet. You're not aware of your body, not aware of how you feel. You don't want to sleep. You want to be lit all the time. Like, no, I can't deal. Okay. Someone who is not optimistic, that's always looking at the negative side of an outcome. I can't deal with that shit because there's no talking them into being open minded. They're already stuck inside whatever they got in their head, and I can't do it. All right. Someone who is irresponsible. The moment you make me feel like you're a parent and not your companion, it's a done deal. It's done. There's nothing that you could possibly do to be in the eyes of possibly being attractive to me. Nothing. Okay. You are now an adopted sibling or adopted peasant. I can't do it. I can't even look at you as an equal. You're embarrassing. You're embarrassing. Just the thought of me having to explain something to a man more than once is just, oh my God, I can't do it. A man that doesn't read, I can't do it. I can't do it. And a man that complains about work or having to do work or showing up for himself, I don't get it. I don't get it. Because if you actually do something that you like to do, it should be nothing for you to show up for yourself. It should be nothing. Okay. All right. A man who is always late can't do nothing with you either. A man who has no accountability for his actions and things that he says and he does, or things that he does not show up to, can't do nothing with you. Someone who is not supportive, bad hygiene, poor listening skills, someone who is not active, meaning you just want to sit around all day and not do anything, but you want to judge everybody that's in motion, can't do shit with you either. A person that is not a forward thinker. I don't even know. All right. I can't deal with a coward, somebody who's scared of what might happen and won't do shit because they don't want to see what could possibly happen. A poor parent. I don't even care if it's our kid or not our kid. If you would rather not even try than to show up and do something with your kids, I can do shit with you. That is ew. Like, what? Somebody without sexual discipline, meaning they don't feel like a man unless they fuck. They don't care who they fuck. They just want to be able to say that I fucked. Mm-mm. You have to say you have to have some type of discipline for that dick. Okay, you have to. Just like I have to have discipline about my pussy, and I can't give it to everybody. I can't let everybody have a slice. You got to be the same way about your shit. Okay, it needs to be a woman's honor to quench on that. Okay. Someone who is always looking for a shortcut in life and opportunity, turn off. Predictability, turn off. Laziness, yuck. Insecurity, we went over that a little bit with jealousy, yuck. Selfish minded, yuck. Sensitive all the fucking time, grab your balls and your dick. Okay. Ugh. And lastly, a man with no values. Why didn't your mother swallow? All right. Those are the things that I cannot deal with. I will never deal with. It has nothing to do with being a compromising. I'm just not. I'm not. My name is no longer Chantal. It's not. I'm not doing it. Nope. And next, we'll get into characteristics that I love and I need in a man, because it is very smart for women to know what those are before they even invite a man into their hot pocket. Please check out She Gets It Shop on Teespring. The website is in the description for this show. All right. I got merch on there for the show for those who would like to wear their support or show their support that way. You can support the She Gets It show and podcast and merch on that website. And if you can't get the website, just remember www.whoisshan.com, and you can support me on other shows too and other places to shop for merch. Let's get back to the show. Now that I got those cons and those things we don't want out the way, again, these are the things that I love and I need in a man. These are the things that are within my man filter that I like. Does not have nothing to do with yours. Okay. Make your own list on your own time. These are mine. All right. So this is characteristics I love and I need the man in my life to have. All right. Intelligence, a good sense of humor, good with kids but doesn't want any more kids. Hello? Where's that section at? Can express himself emotionally, a great listener, sweet and sentimental, but he's not a bitch, not a fool, street smart, book smart, but now he's financially smart with his time. Shows everyone respect until they don't deserve it. Physically active, eats healthy, but has his cheat days because he's a human being. Appreciates greenery, but does not have to have it every day. Let me say this one more time. He appreciates greenery, but does not have to partake in the greenery every day. Ooh. He's an efficient worker for himself. Okay, that is very important. In our 30s and 40s, we need to be finding a way to be working for ourselves, even if during the day you got to work for someone else to go ahead and, get the benefits of something. But you have to every day show up for yourself in some way, shape, or form. Creative and good with his hands. Independent, supportive of my goals, a protector, an avid reader, and a good cook. Not that he needs to cook every time, but I need to know that it is a possibility. Men are sexier that can cook. FYI, just throwing that out there. And that is like my man filter. Okay. So it's easier for me to say no to men when they show me things off tops that is like an absolute no for me. It's easier for me to say no to men who are still in their 30s and 40s showing me their boxers before I actually ask them to take their boxers off. It is easy for me to say no to men who do not know how to respect other people. It's easy for me to say no to men that have poor presentation. Okay? The better you know your filter, the more you're just going to be at a common life and you're going to know who to discuss things with. You're going to know who to give your time to. You're going to know who to say no to. Okay? And there's ways to say no respectfully. There's ways to decline without being rude. You don't have to be stink about it. You don't have to be an asshole about it because women can be assholes. And I think men and women knowing their filters, I think women are better at having a filter than men are because I think a man, until he's mentally mature, will always look at a woman and we have the mindset of, okay, she can't be this for me, she can't do that for me, but I can allow her to do this for me, and I'll give the illusion that she can work up to being more, but really I already know off the tops she can't. To me, if you can't be what I need you to be and you aren't who I want you to be right now, I'm not going to make any exceptions for you to possibly be that when I know you can't be that. And that's something I honestly need. So my filter is getting way better the older I get, the more time I spend with myself, because I really understand that some things can be compromised with in a marriage if it's worth it. Okay. But if I'm single, compromising about what? What are we compromising about? What are we compromising about? If a man cannot show up for himself in life, why would you allow him to utter the words that I will show up for you? I will promise you this. You can't even promise yourself any type of commitment to anything you start because you never finish it. Like, you have to peep these things. You have to peep these things. When males talk more than women about other people's shit, that's a female mentality to me. You have to peep these things. Okay? They're very vivid. They're not hiding these things because people who talk the most shit cannot put up a fake screen to hide that shit. It is very evident. But I think a lot of women do choose not to see the things that are really there. Okay? It is good to have potential vision for yourself, but it is very unhealthy to have potential vision for someone else. Okay? So get you a good man filter for yourself. Make some better choices, some honest choices, and be able to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I did this. I allowed this. This is why he is here. And this is why I'm continuing. And learn to be happy within that shit. But we are not saying anybody else is wasting our time in 2021. We are not going to say that next year either, because we're going to be more aware of the decisions that we are making. Right? Right. Thank you for checking out She Gets It podcast. Don't forget to scroll down on your Apple Podcast app, rate the show, drop me a review, because I appreciate it. Peace. Sarate. Sarate.